Let's bloody hide. Pilliga National Park.
How damn good it needs to be.
So we're down here today at the Long Ranger big tank for the big country. So it's awesome to see Australian manufacturing, especially in things like long range tanks and stuff. These guys do complete custom made tanks and pretty much have a whole range for all the modern four-wheel drives that are out there, which you can order through your local ARB store. So we're just about to start drawing up with the CAD machine here. So the guys are going to use this 3D Creator scanner tool here with the laptop, and then we're going to start mocking up for the new tank to take up this whole area here where the spare tyre used to go. It'll be good getting the tank after I got the exhaust done, so I do have to go back to torque it and get this exhaust put on the jig so these guys can start making it. So that way this tank will also give me clearance for the exhaust, and anyone else that buys this tank will also have clearance if they want to fit the torqued exhaust as well. We've got tanks here all cut and folded. Boys are welding them together, getting all the bungs put in. Definitely a solid replacement tank, or even an auxiliary tank for your four-wheel drive. So the guys down here at Long Ranger, they do actually have a tank that replaces the factory tank, but because I have the BDS traction bars underneath here, I can't use that style. So we're gonna, because I've taken my spare out and I'm running 2 spares on the canopy, and make a replacement tank for that. To go up underneath where the spare used to be. So on this trip to the Simpson, I could have taken jerry cans and stuff and maybe been okay, but with how much fuel the F250 is going to use, I really didn't want to be going and driving through the sand dunes and stuff, because she's going to be chewing a fair bit more fuel, and I don't have any kind of gauge at the moment with how much fuel the truck's going to use with the new tune and also the new turbo that's getting bolted on next week. So to play it safe, I'm just going to go with a long range fuel tank, and yeah, probably won't have to fuel up as much either anymore. So I might take you guys on a little bit of a tour through the Long Range factory. Might even see if I can let the boys let me put the drone up in here and give you an overall view of the factory, the boys building the tanks, the laser cutter and everything working. And so this is where it all starts. Goes through the production line down to the other end. Everything gets lasered, CAD drawn, brought back through, cut, folded, welded up, and then fitment comes back here and yeah, put your tank in. So you can either get things fitted down here or your local ARB store. Just looking at the whole process of what it takes to go from cutting the material on the laser to building your custom long range fuel tank for basically like a trip I'm going to do. I'm going to go across the Simpson Desert. So Long Ranger makes long range fuel tanks for basically all the modern four-wheel drives. So they'll start out here at the laser, and then they'll work their way through the press, folding, and then down the end to welding. These guys do custom tanks for pretty much anything you can think of. So the laser here today is actually cutting the brackets for the DC to DC chargers for red arc to bolt it to your vehicle. And then the guys over here have been folding a bunch of brackets this morning. Righto, so we're back down here at the Long Ranger. It's been a week since I dropped the truck off, so we're going to go in and have a look now. It's a big tank. Mounted into the tow bar. It's got a nice departure taper angle on it up to the tow bar. So really happy. Looks really good.
So this is what we put this piece up inside the headboard.
Yep.
That one there, that's kind of angling 45 degrees forward.
Yep.
To transfer, but it's got that angle.
Yep.
So it definitely goes down to your fast fill. That's your fast fill breather, and then that's your quarter breather. We've got a little header space in the top of the tank here.
Okay,
that's where that little quarter breather is. Just so you'll fill up, so you hit the fast fill will cut it off. And then that just allows for the expansion of the fuel up and down. Little gauge just in underneath your
Oh, yep, this one here.
Yeah, it's just that little round one there.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, so that's just got the little button on the right hand side of it.
Yep.
So that's the little button there.
Okay, yep.
That's just, you'll get a gauge there.
So I just hit that button and she starts transferring.
You just hit that little button right there, starts transferring. If you want to stop it manually, you just hit the button again.
Yep.
And that stops it, or if you just want to leave it for the timer, you just leave it on and it automatically cuts off.
Yep. So first time filling up since we got the tank in. So the truck's pretty much dead empty right now. So we'll see how much it takes. The standard tank normally takes about 100 litres when she's dead empty, so I got about 5 Ks till I was empty. So I just had the first click at 100 litres. Just pulled the trigger on again. Now we're going to go again. See how much we can get into it. Should be around 150. Just cracked 200. 245.56. So very close. So I've been running the fuel tank for about a week now. So since I had it fitted, I've had the tank in for about a week. So did the full top up of the fuel there at the service station that you just seen. So our total was 245.56 litres. So with me still having that small amount of range in the truck, like the 8 kilometers or whatever it was, I probably did have around 5 litres in the truck, give or take some fuel. So I think we're on the money. We're at about 250 litres of fuel is my total capacity now in the F250. So, and the price of that was, it was $1, I think it was $1.33. Yeah, $1.33 a litre. So we're looking at $328.80 to fill the truck. So but just driving around for the past week, having the tank fitted, it's super handy just hitting that button and watching the main tank go straight up and not having to pull into fuel stations as many times as I normally would when I'm doing trips up and down the coast from where I live. So I'd say by the time you guys are watching this video, I'll already be in the desert testing it out. So yeah, great bunch of guys down there at the Long Ranger. Most of the four-wheel drives that are on the market now, all the common ones, they have fuel tanks for, I'd say, probably 80 to 90% of all the most popular four-wheel drives on the market. And now they have a designated, I guess, rear tyre replacement for this model F250. So they have that design now if you want to do a rear tyre replacement fuel tank instead of doing the main tank. Reason why I couldn't do the main tank, because they do offer a tank for this truck in the main tank, is because of my traction bars. Pretty much bang on 150 in the Long Ranger tank. We're sitting at 250 litres, which I'm pretty stoked with. That should give me around 1,000 kilometres. So with the truck now, I've got a full tank. I just come home and just dumped the last remaining fuel in it. So you guys can hear that now pumping. So the tank's now pumping across. So you can hear the fuel pump pumping across now into the main tank. So, oh yeah, we do have little old Greta here. Just reminding me how much of a terrible human I am every time I fill up my 250 litre diesel tank. Oh, Greta. So there is a bunch of different tanks in the US that I can get for the F truck, but again, I had the same issue with those traction bars, the way the plastic tanks are designed. So I could have just got a plastic replacement from the States, but yeah, I definitely want to run those traction bars. It just stops a lot of axle twist and just tries to keep things straight, and it's just another mechanical mechanism supporting that load there on the back. So yeah, but there's plenty of fuel tank manufacturers in Australia. Why did I go with the Long Ranger? Basically just because these guys are local, and I've known that business for a long time, and yeah, pretty much, yeah, support local. So that's why I went with those guys to do the tank for me. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. The next ones are going to be, next videos coming up are going to be really cool. Heading to the Simpson, heading to Finke, and yeah, see how the big F250 goes out there. So super excited. Catch you guys in the next one. See yous. You're so angry, Greta. Calm down. Look at the face on her. How dare I?